things were changing, and the chicken farm had been sold, so we needed to find a new place to live. So we looked at a new house. It was in the same area, still out in the middle of nowhere, but it was a brick house up the road. And growing up the way we did, moving from the small farmhouse to a brick house was an exciting upgrade. There was going to be so much more room, much bigger house. When my parents took us to look at it, we were driving by on the road, and you could see it from the road, and I got really excited for the upgrade. Well, we pulled in the driveway, and we got closer to the house, and I could feel that same negative energy. This time, it felt a little worse. It felt a little stronger, a little more evil, I guess you could say. When we pulled up to the house and got out of the car, and we went inside, and the energy inside the house was almost crushing. I felt like not only something was watching me, but I felt like maybe something was on my shoulders. It weighed me down hard, and as we walked through the house and checked out the bedroom that I would get, I tried to outweigh the negative energy with the fact that I was going to have a bigger bedroom, bigger house, more room to play. But it would not outweigh. It felt so horrible in there. I didn't know what to think. I started thinking maybe I wasn't going to escape. Whatever this was, I started thinking that maybe this is how life was. There was just always something there that was going to be around, trying to influence, and just leaving a horrible, horrible feeling inside me. The good news was we ended up not getting that house. We went a different route, and we got this trailer house. I don't even know where it came from. My parents bought it, and we moved it about 20 minutes away, over beside my grandfather's house, set up under this big, I don't even remember, oak tree maybe. So this house, got it moved in. I had never been in it until it got moved in and set up. And I walked in, and I didn't immediately feel the negative energy. It was less negative, I guess is what you could say. So it felt like I don't know if you would classify it like a spiritual upgrade, less negative. Well, my room was a tiny, tiny little room, and there was a bathroom between me and my brother's house, my brother's room. Well, one day, my friend and I were getting ready to go out into the woods It sounds funny, but my dad on Saturdays would turn the electricity off to the full house so we wouldn't be staying in the house all day on a Saturday. So we would go out in the woods, which we wanted to be there anyway, but we're in the living room getting ready, putting our boots on or whatever, and my mom had this bell made of glass, and it had a unicorn in it as the little donger thing. Well, there's no electricity in the house, so the TV's not on. There's no movement. There's nothing that could have caused this. That unicorn bell flew off of the TV, across the room, hit the door, and shattered all over the floor. My friend and I looked at each other in amazement and disbelief. Neither one of us had to say anything. We just took off running, opened the door and run out. We ran to my mom's. She had a beauty shop up in the front yard. We ran across the yard and into my mom's beauty shop and told her what had happened. And even to this day, I can tell that story, and my mom still thinks that we broke that bell. We didn't. So again, Mom, if you're watching, it's the truth. Anyway, moving forward, that was really the only example of something flying, something moving to that degree. But there was one instance that I will never forget as long as I'm alive. I'll remember every detail of how this happened. I was in trouble a lot. I stayed grounded as a kid. So when I would get off the bus, I would go in the house, go into my room, and do my homework if I had any, sit around. I had the tiny bedroom, so there wasn't much to do. I was growing out of toys, so I would just sit in my room, listen to music, and then eat supper, go back to my room, and I'd go to sleep. Sometimes I would sleep until supper, get off the bus and go straight in and go to sleep. Mom would wake me up for supper and then go back to my room, go to sleep. So there were a lot of times that I would be awake in the early morning hours, anywhere from 1 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the morning, and then had to get up for school at 5:30. But this one particular night, I'd woke up. It was between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just laying there staring at the ceiling, and I heard footsteps in the living room. And I thought maybe it was one of my parents going to the bathroom on my end of the house. Then I thought maybe it's my brother. And then I realized that my brother wasn't home. He was staying with a friend. Well, these footsteps got closer to the hallway, and I could hear it basically in the mouth of the hallway that led down the wall to my room. And here's a layout of the house. And I heard a knock, just one single knock on the wall, right here. And I laid there wondering what in the world was going on. Maybe it's the house settling. That was a common saying. And then I heard a couple of steps toward the door of my bedroom. And then there was another knock right here. And then there was a couple more steps toward my door. Another knock right here. It was basically at my door, which it wasn't fully shut, but it was swung to. And then I heard the horrifying creak of my door slowly swinging open. I very slowly grabbed my blanket, pulled it up over my head, rolled over with my back toward the door, and went back to sleep, hoping that whatever it was would do whatever it was going to do while I was asleep. I don't know. I never saw anything. And it never did that again after that. But there's only been 2 times in my life that I mentally prepared myself for the fact that I wasn't going to see the next day. I thought I was going to die that night. Well, moving forward, I really did not want to stay in my room for good reasons. I was at that time, I think I was in the 5th grade. I asked my brother if I could sleep on the floor in his room so I would have some company when he was there, because I didn't want to stay in that room. He agreed. So I made a pallet on the floor in his room over by his closet. And I had the little alarm clock radio from back in the day. And I had it set on the local rock station. And I would sleep with that music on. Well, during the night, every single night, there would be a point that I would wake up, and it was when one certain song played. And if you've ever heard it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's called The Angry Johnny by Poe. And if you don't know, if you've never heard it, the lyrics say, "Johnny, angry Johnny, this is Jezebel in hell. I want to kill you. I want to blow you away." And every time that song came on, I would wake up at the words, "This is Jezebel in hell. I want to kill you." So, needless to say, I stopped sleeping with the radio on. And I don't know if there was anything that linked what was going on in that house to that song and me being awake, my consciousness. I'm not sure. But this wasn't the only house that had an interesting story from that time period.